chapter 13. When the mermaids had finished their song, Patricia felt sorry for them and thanked them. She wished she had some gift to give them, but all she could think of was a hairband of imitation horn with some paste jewelry in it, which came from a 5 and 10 cent store. Still, deeming it better than nothing, she took this from her hair and gave it to one of the mermaids, who she hoped was the principal of the group. And Arabella added a ring of which she was very fond. She was not quite as bashful as Patricia, being younger, and she took the mermaid's hand and put the ring on one of her fingers and told her that it had a piece of real imitation coral in it, and it had cost 25 cents, and the labels of 3 cans of cat food. The mermaid, with a kind of sad pleasure, smiled at these gifts, and taking up her harp, sang a little song of thanks. Little maids with gifts so rare, one for hand and one for hair. My name you'll find writ in the stars, the jewel that mocks at mighty Mars. Call to me if you should be in need of aid in any sea. The children then left the mermaids, and Patricia said to Una, I wonder what her name could be. I'll never guess it. The jewel that mocks at mighty Mars? That doesn't mean anything to me. I think it's Venus. Me neither, said Una. Sometimes we lumens come and listen to the mermaids, hoping to learn something from them of their time on Earth, but they never sing the same song twice, and they talk of so many gods and goddesses and heroes that it confuses us. Plutonius might know because he's more advanced than the rest of us. Ask him. But Plutonius replied that the mermaid had intended Patricia and Arabella to find out her name for themselves, and it would not be fair for him to help. He said it might be all right if they asked Uncle Bill. Maybe it's Hershey, said Arabella. Why Hershey, said Patricia. Well, Hershey bars are kind of rivals of Mars bars, said Arabella. Oh, nuts, said Kevin. Can you imagine a mermaid being called Hershey? Well, they taste good, said Arabella, who, when she had a point to defend to the last, defended it to the last, and from any position that offered. Arabella then remembered something they had been promised on the journey from Earth and asked, Can we see the nest of baby gorgons now? Yes, said Una, very pleased with the suggestion. Let's go. But Plutonius said they couldn't. They're too far away, he said. There isn't time for the children to swim there. How far away are they? Asked Kevin. Plutonius did not reply immediately, being, it seemed, engaged in some kind of calculation. Then he said, 23 miles, 5 furlongs, and 3 rod, perches, or poles. Whatever they might be, said Christopher. Aren't those measurements from Earth? Asked Plutonius, for a little taken aback. I'm sure they are, for I learned them there. I guess they are, said Christopher, but I never heard of anyone measuring things in perches. But Strike 3 had a question for Plutonius that seemed to him far more important. What's time? He asked. The question surprised the children, but the reply surprised them even more, for Plutonius said, It is a measurement of something that you cannot understand. It's a dimension into which you cannot enter. Surely anybody can understand time, said Christopher, minutes and days and months and years and so on. It's simple. No, said Plutonius. Lumens cannot understand time. They are immortal. Immortal means that there is no ending, and if you are a creature for whom there is no ending to its existence, then you cannot understand what an ending is, and time depends for its very existence on a beginning and an ending, because it is a measurement. But it is a measurement outside of the scope of immortality. It is another dimension, and immortals cannot